Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight. Yes, we have weddings, people. 3 happy couples got married tonight. They're a very confident bunch, I have to say. And so far, as my first impression is they're fairly evenly matched physically. So it's not like you looked at somebody and you're like, oh my God. No, they didn't. But they look good together so far. Looking at the previews for what's coming next, it looks like this will be the happiest day of their wedding, the day they get married. It's downhill from here. I am, of course, going to give you my opinions of which couples I think have a chance and which are already a no right out of the gate. First up is Kirsten and Shaquille. Shaquille was my guy last week. He just seemed like the nicest guy, and he's had a little trauma in his past and all the things. Anyway, Kirsten looked beautiful walking down the aisle. She looked a little hesitant. I think she saw him and was kind of like, whoa. He looked ecstatic to see her. He was happy. He was smitten, all the right things right out of the blocks. Anyway, she gets down there. The look on her face kind of said it all. She was not feeling it. She was not feeling it. And it was awkward. It was an awkward first meeting. She gets down there, she looks at him and didn't know it at that point, but she didn't want a bald man and she got a bald man. Way to go, experts. He looked like he was already smitten staring at her. Then there was this little awkward exchange. He started to laugh. She almost looked like she got irritated. And I was like, oh no, not already, right now. Like she was already not feeling him with the bald head and everything. Take a look at this.
Kirsten, meet for the very first time. Shaquille, your husband-to-be.
What? Something you want to say?
I'm just stunned. You're beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
God knew he was doing what he made you.
But luckily he pulled it out. That personality, he ended with a big old compliment and it seemed to smooth over that little awkward first meeting, but you know, she's not feeling it. He's whipped. And then came the moment when he said, oh, you can kiss your wife. It's not the bride anymore. It's the wife. I guess that's very politically correct now. And he went in for the kiss and she turned her head and I was like, oh, anyway.
And now by the authority vested in me, I pronounce you married. You may kiss your bride.
They walked off into what would hope could be marital bliss, but we find out later that he already has 2 strikes against him. She didn't want a bald man and she didn't want a younger man, so good luck there, and we're off and running. Now we're on to Gina and Clint. All I can say about Clint is, ooh, there was something creepy about him. I don't even know. She looked ecstatic coming down the aisle, so happy to be there. She is embracing this process. Clint also, other than the creepy little glare and gaze, he was happy to be there also. They look like a good physical fit. So far, so good. One other little bonus is Gina's a hairdresser and he looks like he needs a trim. I've mentioned this before. He needs a little haircut and trimming up the situation so she can help him out there. So that's a good fit, experts. But one thing we find out, which is a miss on the experts, is that she just bought a hair salon, which sounds like, to me, the type of business that you need to be there. It's kind of a hands-on, being present business, and he wants to travel and roam around. How's that going to work? I don't know if they thought that through. That could be the deal breaker right there, because I don't think she can travel. And he already said if she can't travel and go on his sailboats and whatever else, that it's a no-go. So I don't know what's going to become of this one, but there was certainly at least an initial chemistry, initial reaction that looked like it had a shot. This was a good match to start with. He's creepy, but you know what? I didn't have to marry him. I didn't marry him, so if she's happy, I'm happy for her. And then they said, you can kiss your wife, and they went in, and it was a big embrace on the lips. Check it out.
By the authority vested in me, I pronounce you are married. And Clint, you may kiss Gina. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce, for the first time, as husband and wife, Gina and Clint.
She was into it, he was into it. Ew. Anyway, come to find out later, they live in the same condo. This is looking so good so far. Granted, we're only a couple hours in. And our third couple, Nicole and Chris. This one also looked like a very good physical match. both super happy to be there. Both were like nervous that the other one would think they were this or that and everything. And they both saw each other and they're both happy. He thought she was beautiful. She thought he was cute. It was perfect. You know, Chris does impersonations. I mean, laughter is a good thing. They both put on their dresses and their tux. And of course the confidence came and we could see all that. So all was good with these two. My vote for these are really good connection right off the bat. So not too bad. Just that first couple, not so much I felt, but you know, it's still early. It's still early. A lot can happen. So next week we have to look forward to the other two happy couples getting hitched, and I'll be there for that and following along. If you like my recap, please subscribe. I'll be following it each week, and hit that like button if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye.